conversation. Okay, Lee, talk to us, man. What you thinking? Oh, have I muted you? Sorry, let me unmute you. Go for it, Lee. Love the cat.
Hey, this is my first live, so I'm kind of nervous, and I tried to like write down
No
all
worries.
my thoughts because there's just so much.
Oh, stick to the scene with the
I'm
father
gonna
and the
I'm
mum.
gonna stick to the
Don't worry.
scene.
Go for it.
So the dad is creepy. The whole
Mm.
you're my type of daughter-in-law. It was very creepy, and just really uncomfortable to watch. And I thought it was interesting that even his wife didn't seem to be put off by that comment. It just kind of went right over everybody's head. Um, as far as that scene in particular, what really disturbs me is just the constant enabling of Chris's behavior. Watching the entire episode, all I could think of is like, this is a boy. Like, and I don't mean this by any, disrespect, but just the way that he handles things is just very, very childish. And it reminds me of this article that I read where it basically explained how toxic men, unless they see you as maternal or potential for someone they can sleep with, they don't like the women who kind of are on, they don't really fall into either one of those categories. They just don't seem to
Yep.
be deemed worthy of respect.
Mm.
And for me, like kind of going off of what the last caller just said, I don't think it's okay to have to fight for respect. That should be there. And especially within the first 24 hours of marriage. Conflict is inevitable, but respect, like that is just basics. So this is just, for me, Chris has so much growing up to do. And it broke my heart because Paige is so like one track minded. She is like, I want to be married. Like, I'm ready to be married. I'm prepared to take on whatever challenges us. Like, that it's not even about the person, it's her mentality. Like, she's there. And for this opportunity to be squandered like this, I really pray that this will be a platform that ends up being a blessing in the long run. Like, I hope it will be for Rashid and Ready to Love, where you go through all this mess, but hopefully this platform will, with the newfound attention, will bring that person who is meant for you. So that's what I'm really hoping for. So again, this was my first chat. I feel like I was a little scattered, but hopefully you guys understood the point that I was trying to make.
No. Let me shift that conversation back to Nats and to Kia. Kia, talk to us. What are you saying? Now, the conversation's obviously it's been developed. I like the way it's going. Obviously, we're talking about respect now. Let's kind of enhance on that a little bit. Let me ask a question. Do women feel that men don't respect them when they're not attracted to them? Have you experienced this? Have you seen this? Have you been told this? You know what I'm saying? Someone asked you, Kia, have you heard that before? Have you seen that before? Have you experienced that before? Let us know.
I can say that. I can't remember which caller stated that he may not be just physical attraction, maybe it's how she moves. So yeah, I think that, I've had that happen to me. If, a person is not attracted to, you for whatever reason or whatever things you bring to the table, they can become disrespectful. And I'm sorry this is at Paige's expense, but we're learning a lot as the audience from the audience. I know when I'm watching, I'm like taking notes, like, okay, my next relationship, let me watch out for this, because it's making you aware of a lot of things. Like, So I'm sorry it's at Paige's expense, but we are learning like a lot of things that warning signs, red flags, things to pay attention to. Because again, he was respectful off rip. Because again, you're coming in talking about some honeymoon babies, and he came in disrespectful. And then, like I said, at that point, you wouldn't have got nothing. I would have went to sleep with a snowsuit on. I don't care how sexy you are, but it's just like he did not respect you. So it's nothing that's gonna change that at that point, And we keep saying she's hopeful, but I do think men have a level of like respect. Like they make a decision right off who they're gonna respect, and once they lose that respect, when you don't fit in that box that they want, it's easy to go from. I say they bring their representative. So you don't just go and start disrespecting somebody. So maybe he put on the charm, they put on the charm. But I think men do respect who they want to respect. Like if you make them like how when women with a guy and he'll go with the next girl respect her. You're like, well, he dogged me. Like, why is he over there doing all like that? Because he didn't respect you from day one. He put you in that box. So yeah, I see that Chris don't respect her. He's not gonna respect her. I don't think it's a recovery. Run page.
That's what he's saying.
So respect, I think there's a large number of people who don't even understand what respect is. People run around and tote, respect me or I respect you. But if you ever ask them, what does respect mean? They'll look at you like a deer in headlights. Don't talk back to me So I think that people need to define what respect is. We run around and we think we're respectful or think that we know what respect looks like and we don't. And then we criticize when it does or does not happen when we don't even understand what it means, period, to that person or to ourselves. And then as far as men respecting women they find attractive, I find that guys are disrespectful to women they find attractive. Hey girl, how you doing? You got a man? Yeah, I got a man. Oh, I didn't want to talk to you anyway, trick. What? You were attracted to me. You spoke to me. I was kind and I said, I have a boyfriend or no, thank you. And now I'm tricked, in other words. So I find that men can be disrespectful to people that they are attracted to and not attracted to. So to bring it all home, I think the respect needs to be defined. I feel like you have it or you don't. And I feel like respect doesn't see beauty. It doesn't care.
But what do you mean? Like would you say like what I just said about the representative? So if he's taking like at first when you in the store, he like, hey, how are you doing? He's being all respectful. That's his representative. So it's like you have a little clue about what respect is because that's why you came at me. So if I would have said, oh, well, here's my phone number, you would still be respectful. But then when you said no or whatever, then that's when the representative went home and he just like whatever, like you said, trick or whatever.
Right. But that to me is a man who doesn't know respect because a respectful individual would just be respectful from start to finish. Like I don't start off being smart and end up dumb. I'm smart to start and I finish smart, So if you're respectful and you say, hey, how are you? Oh, you have a boyfriend? Okay, well, I want to let you know I think you're very attractive and your man's a lucky man. That is a respectful start and finish. So I think the person was just fronting as far as showing what they think respect looks like or, what's going to get the girl. But I don't think that person is a respectful person because you don't just turn it off. If you're respectful, you're respectful. Representative, yes.
Okay. Let me get your Tunde, and your Tunde's in the background.
Everybody.
I'm gonna get your Tunde, and your Tunde, you said something in the background. Go for it.
Chris is just disrespectful, period. I don't think Chris respects anybody. I don't think he respects his mother, his father, his brother, sister, uncle, auntie, girl he likes, girl he doesn't like, girl he wishes he likes. Chris is disrespectful overall. And like I just don't know how else to explain that. But within Chris being disrespectful, everything I'm going to say is going to be predicated on what I believe I heard in the first episode. I believe he was raised by his grandparents. Did I get that part right?
I think he was,
So him being raised by his grandparents, it's him being raised by his grandparents, he has low self-esteem based on that, right? Like, so he's constantly trying to prove his worthiness. That's why he he wants flashy shoes and flashy clothes, and he talks about all this money I have. And but then on the same token, he's talking about the things he has, but then he doesn't want somebody to want him for things because he, not having that parental foundation makes him not living with his parents initially and longing to want to live with his parents has decreased his level of confidence. And basically everybody in the world is paying for his hurt. So the girl, he was engaged to that he separated from, like he led with money to get her. And then, when she wanted the money, probably he had to leave her. Paige, of course, is going to receive a lot of the hurt because Paige is his financial, she's more than his equal. Paige financially is on par, and she seems more intelligent to than him to me. So he's, it's always going to be an issue because he's a wounded boy that just wants like this whole unconditional love piece that he didn't necessarily get from his parents, from his mate. I guess my last part within like my whole long rant, um, his parents, being enablers, may be because they didn't raise him. So this is their way to return.
A word, preach.
This is their way basically to pay, to pay him back for not raising you, but they're being trashy parents. That's why the dad was like trying to get him sex, and then that's why the mom is like trying to forgive him for being a trashy man. And I don't know if they were young parents or whatever, but it's just a lot that has created Chris. And before, not even before, because I hate when people say you have to be 100% ready to go into a relationship. Like you have to be emotional, all that. Because sometimes people get into good relationships without being 100% ready. But he needs intense therapy to undo a lot of a lot of his childhood hurt.
Yeah,
because it is in full display. And as much as Paige doesn't deserve any of this, I mean, she's dealing with it at this point, but he has to work on this hurt. Like he really does. It's too deep and it cuts too long.
But we don't know Paige. We haven't got enough time to get her because he's been all up in the video. He's taken up all the screen time, so we don't know what issue she has.
He's Suge Knight. He's all up in the videos, all up everywhere. Sorry, not Suge Knight. Puffy, wrong person.